So I think the best conclusion here is that Irvine is just trying to be all, you know, motivational and not really thinking about what he's saying.
Somehow we're together again. Just like old times, though a lot's changed. We're not kids anymore.
Or did you see the...
We're strong enough to take care of ourselves.
That movie that was like trailer for every Oscar-winning
Make our own
movie
decisions. Ever. We're confronting a big one right now.
Basically, it's a bunch of people like...
Do we fight Matron or not?
The lines, they're saying what the lines stand
I say we fight. Like, shoot for a common goal.
Like,
hey, at least it'll keep us together a little longer.
Establishing my character as the wealthy and successful protagonist.
Yeah, let's do it. We can't run from her for the rest of our lives.
It's just such a bummer.
We're not adopting the vanilla strategy here, I guess.
I know, but Zell's right. You can't run from her forever.
Rinoa. It's up to you.
And even the Frokobo mocks her.
We're gonna fight. I think it's the only way we can move on with our lives. If that makes any sense at all, come with us.
I think you've made it to that part. I'm not sure though.
I'm sure that's what everybody wants.
Oh, okay, no, it's in that scene. So it's... Remember? No, okay, I was actually... I don't know if you remember that, but I was actually there for some of that recording.
Some of it. It's just been a very long time.
So what's funny was that it was snowing outside yesterday when I recorded this.
Yo, you want to check out Edea's orphanage?
We might find a clue.
Have you ever see that movie, The Snowman?
Clue?
It's like a 30-minute long.
Turned out like this.
Sort of. It's difficult
Probably
to describe.
Has to do with something that happened in the past.
Saw it a few times.
But the past is the past. It's over.
It's sad, but it's very good. It's sort of.
Despite what truth we find, it's not going to change the present. But
technically, it's a cartoon, but.
I want to see too.
Animated movie. It's not animated.
I don't know what we'll find, but let's head for Edea's house.
Alright, so we're like, okay, we have no idea why Edea suddenly decided to start killing people. So let's go to that orphanage and try to figure it out.
Let's go solve this mystery.
I guess that's it.
Well, they do have a dog
We're fighting.
with them, so...
But he's more of a fighting dog rather than a, you know, pot-smoking dog.
Fearless. I don't think that's quite right. If you think too hard,
okay, then a
pot-eating
pot-eating dog.
I think that's what everyone's afraid of. I wish we didn't have to fight either.
Yes, they are pretty awesome. I watched Scooby-Doo all of the time as a child.
I never saw the show. I mean, I've heard a lot about it.
Classic Scooby-Doo. Not this new stuff, because it's usually pretty bad. Like, it's just...
Hey guys, who wants to bet I forget the junction someone?
Well, considering how the video goes, I feel you would win that bet either way.
Actually, I don't forget this time, but I have forgotten several times in the past.
So anyone you really need to junction, or is it, you know, once again free to choose?
I mean, at this point you're on the world map is the next thing, so no, you don't really have to junction anyone.
Okay.
And in fact, there's something that I wanted to do before I activated that huge wallow text, and I didn't do it, so I'm gonna do that now.
Saving.
Yes.
The
Definitely
most important
saving.
activity in any video game ever.
Oh, Jen, I discovered there's another game where, besides No More Heroes 2, where you save by going to the bathroom. It's Dead Rising 2.
Yes, but do you actually watch him sit on the toilet.
No, you don't. This is a good point.
Well, like, it's so hilarious. Like, the first time I played No Heroes 1, I was not expecting him to do that. Like, you go into the bathroom and you click on the toilet, but then, like, he starts to pull down his pants, and then toilet paper comes across the screen so you don't actually see his private parts. There's a section in No More Heroes 2 where you wind up playing as, Shinobu for a while.
Yes,
And when you see it's her, she takes a shower.
bath, actually, isn't it?
No, she takes a shower.
I remember it being a bath.
She's standing up in the shower.
Huh.
And, like, you notice this because the camera cuts off just far enough down her ass so they don't have to censor it.
Okay, so that was a magazine. It was not the magazine I was looking for, though. I was hoping there would be a Weapons Monthly magazine. And before you think about, you know, other types of magazines that might be there, keep in mind that I already have a porno magazine in my inventory. I will use it eventually. And by use, I mean give.
Here is a gift. It is the holidays, isn't it?
Actually, judging from the dates on the Weapons Monthly magazines in this game, it's sort of spring and summer in this game. Because they go from, like, March to August. And I'm looking around here.
Village and time is passing. What madness is this?
You know, there are a bunch of screens here and the paths between them. You know what? I keep forgetting. In my room, I have a paper player's guide. I keep forgetting that I have this, and that when I'm looking for something, it might be nice to refer to it.
Keeping a guide for a video game, what an interesting concept.
It would probably tell me where this magazine is.
Ah, yes. We're talking about it when we're doing the commentary. It does not help.
No, but I could go back and get it actually, I couldn't go back and get it next session because I've activated a long session where you're railroaded. Section where you're railroaded, but next time I have access to it. So I think once I find myself at the basketball court, I'm like, okay, this isn't really worth it. By the way, I should have mentioned, I didn't show it, but I did remember that I was missing one level 7 boss card. Off screen, I went and got that. The boss card is the robot, it's like BGH something or other. It's the robot not the robot, the tank that you fight at the end of the missile base scene, and again in Fisherman's Horizon. These maps are not organized very well.
Kind of weird.
Or maybe I just missed the one I'm looking for. Yeah, I just missed the one I'm looking for. Where could it be? Alright, so this girl has a rare card. But why am I avoiding her? Maybe I'm still looking for the magazine. No, it must be one of these little maps because it's not a big region.
I wonder exactly why they have this graveyard around here.
Well, why do you think? The place just got hit with missiles.
Oh, they did that fast?
Well, it doesn't take that long to put a bunch of...
True.
You know what? The magazine is on this screen. It's right on the ground in front of the fountain. And I didn't see it.
Some poor luck there.
So I'm trying to make it so that the rules do not spread into this place. But on the next go, I realized, wait a minute, that's not what I'm trying to prevent. I'm trying to prevent rules from spreading out of this place. Because they're the random and plus rules here. I just cut out one game where I won, but she didn't use a rare card, which is right there. And if you're wondering why my deck sucks, it's because of the stupid random rule. And that's what the plus rule does. You'll notice that the card on the bottom of Krista and the one on the top of Mesmerize, or those numbers add up to 13. The one on the bottom of Mesmerize and the top of Selphie also add up to 13. And when that happens, you flip all of the cards that are involved in the plus thing and aren't yours already. And at this point, I'm realizing that I'm screwed. No matter what I do, I can't take anything. Because you have 11, 12, and 8, and you know what, I won't say all the combinations, but trust me, I was adding up the numbers and I couldn't get the plus combo in any way. Also, whatever cards get flipped, they can also flip other cards. So, guess what I did after that? I hit the reset button. Now, I used the plus thing, and then she just used it right back at me. I lost that one also. And I lost again. Okay, this time is a draw, which means, since the sudden death rule is in effect, we do it again. And here's another draw. So this is the third round. I think we still have exactly the same cards that we had before. I was tempting to use the Leviathan card offensively in some way, but then No, I wanted to use it defensively. And then I thought, no, I'm going to need to use it offensively. So I just used Raijin and Fujin instead. And I realized, wait a minute. She doesn't have any card that has more than a 2 on the top. So I'm completely safe with, you know, having a 2 on the bottom. And I'm just being very careful here because I do not want to give her any chance to use a plus.
Nice.
And I'm just thinking, okay, I may actually win this one. I'm just making sure this isn't too good to be true here. Now, if I played in the bottom right, then she would be able to do a plus. But I play in the bottom left, so she can't. That's why I'm playing. You need a lot more strategy when some of these rules are in effect.
So you get Selphie.
Okay, let's see if we can see the magazine that I apparently failed to notice. Yep, that was it. Right in the front of the screen. That yellow and black thing.
Good job, sir.
Creaky chair. Great, so not only does the Galbadian army have a oversleeping patrol person, but these guys do too. And how do you sleep through missiles hitting the place where you are?
Magic.
How do you miss a whole explosion?
Yeah, magic would do that. Probably. Alright, so... Yeah, okay, I do show off that I have... Yeah, you can see that I have all the level 7 cards there.
Good man.
And I have 5 of the level 10 cards. The level 10 cards, unlike some of the levels 8 and 9 cards, you can get without playing games, but all of the level 10 cards, you have to win card games to get. There are none that, you know, anyone will give to you or anything like that.
Okie dokie.
And in fact, a couple of them you get through a particularly annoying side quest that I will do on Disc 3. So I thought that that Idea's house would be marked on the map, but it isn't. How you're supposed to know where it is, I don't know.
Power of Game Packs.